Black supremacist Natty Azealia joined the website kingnobleuncensored.com. So you've got to see this video of Azealia Banks and how she's proud of her skin bleaching and her consciousness when it comes to skin bleaching. Yet she's confused about black nationalism and black revolution. She starts the video out by saying that um, we don't need to be talking about skin bleaching as it relates to being black anymore, which is like the most idiotic thing that she could pretty much summarize. But she basically starts the video out by saying that, and then she jumps right into saying how her reason why we don't need to be drawing these conclusions or making these evaluations on someone else's consciousness is because we're at a time where we should have been fully assimilated by now, is basically what she's saying. um and then she jumps in further on down where to the part where most of you have probably seen, where she starts talking about how um the paradoxes of being black in 2016. And according to her, she's expressing her woman's rights, right? Her right as a woman, as a black woman, to bleach her skin, basically. And she doesn't see anything wrong with bleaching her skin. She doesn't see the difference between putting in a weave and draining the melanin out your skin. And she thinks it's a perfectly normal thing to do in 2016. Now, that might seem um shocking to a lot of you to fully see somebody come out and say this, but Azealia Banks is not alone in how she chooses to express herself when it comes to doing the things that black women know are obvious white supremacy, are obviously a result of white supremacy. And she'll even say herself, she admits to it. She knows that what she's doing is pretty much anti-black, right? But she continues to do it. She's not ignorant of what she's doing. She is well studied in the area of skin bleaching. She goes on to tell you about all the articles she's reading. In the end, she even refers to having a guide of some sort, as though she had somebody is guiding her on how to use the proper skin bleaches. But outside of that guide, or her being your guide or whatever, she's actually doing her research to find the best skin bleach on the market, so that she's not just using the cake soap, and she's not just using regular bleaching cream. Now, if you want to know, you can go and you can check out yourself. Some of these sisters are not bleaching anymore, right? So for a lot of you who are just thinking that sisters are just rubbing on these creams and they're just getting lighter, or they're just doing a glycolic peel, as she chooses to elaborate on in this video, that you might just do a glycolic peel, and oh, now to take off some layers, some dirty skin or some dry skin, dead skin, and now next thing you know, your face is darker than your neck and it's darker than your ears. um People are not just doing glycolic peels anymore. They're not just doing skin bleaching, right? When you when you actually do go and look at it, women are actually getting intravenous skin bleaching um, procedures being done, glutathione, called glutathione or something of the sort. Um, I might be pronouncing it wrong, but go ahead and check that out as well. And so the reason why I really want you to pretty much hear what she has to say is because this is what I go through experiences with sisters like this, um, and brothers too sometimes. You know, what she's saying is nothing different from a lot of what a lot of black people are saying, even in other areas. For her, she's just talking about skin bleaching and putting in a weave and not seeing the difference. You have people who don't see the difference from putting in skin bleach, putting in a weave, and going to work for the white man all day, right? In military, in social services, as you know all these careers that work for white supremacy and tear black people apart, she doesn't see the difference, right? And many of you don't see the difference in what you're doing. You think, okay, well, yeah, we got to make money, ain't no other way to make money, or if you shouldn't you shouldn't do this or you shouldn't do that, and go get a job. A lot of you share the same sentiments. What is the difference, right, between what she's doing and what a lot of you are doing? So some of you have to really, you take watch the video, see what she's saying. I bet you're going to agree with a lot of what she's saying, because you're living a contradiction as well, right? But you have to come to a point where you recognize that, like she recognizes and like she expresses, is that a lot of what is happening, a lot of what you're doing, is it falls into the category of, Stockholm syndrome, white supremacy, right? Assimilation, right? Doing things that are not really a service to other black people, or for our cause. If you listen to her in other areas too, she also writes about how she thinks that the main thing that we should be focused on is whether somebody is for reparations, because reparations is the only thing that's going to get us out of here. Now my question is, okay, after you get your reparations, what are you going to do? Buy bleaching cream and weave? Are you serious? So how can we just ignore everything that people are actually doing, that we're actually seeing with our own eyes, hear them try to uh, regurgitate this stuff to us, as though, it doesn't matter if we're sleeping with a white man as long as we're for reparations. That's basically her statement, because she also talks about that too in the video, about her whole, I mean, she didn't go into too much dialogue, but people probably know about her whole stunt with the Playboy, and her being with white men and all that. She doesn't see anything wrong with any of that. She still thinks that, she's pro black, she's pro black empowerment, and that what she's doing, I guess if other black sisters were doing this too, you know it'll actually probably help the revolution, because she's probably lightening her skin to get a black man, because black men want lighter skinned women. So it's the confusion and the contradiction in how she expresses herself is so deep. But it's a lot of sisters are sharing the same sentiment. A lot of brothers probably share the same sentiment. Well, I'm gonna go buy this expensive house, this expensive car. I'm gonna live it up in white supremacy, because it's 2016. Why not, right? Um, and a lot of people share this. So I don't why people will be surprised or try to come down on her. Who are these people that are coming down on Azealia Banks? Who are these people? Why she has to come on live stream and tell you why she bleaches? Where are all these revolutionaries and these black nationalists are that are all of a sudden pro-black and pro-black nationalism, when it comes to celebrities and people like her bleaching their skin, right? I would like to meet a lot of you, because you all seem like you on your square, right? But I don't see these people. I don't hear them everywhere I go, or for the amount of comments I see, people commenting, and people like her Instagram or maybe her Facebook are just going at her on YouTube or whatever. A lot of you are living the contradiction. She at least is owning up to the contradiction that she lives, right? She at least believes that she's somehow doing black people a favor by doing the very anti-black stuff that she's doing. So take note of that, right? And if we want to stop this whole skin bleaching epidemic, and this, stop supporting people like her. I mean, stop supporting the fact of that she does this type of stuff, and um because she's still talking to black people at the end of the day. When you listen to her, she still has a heavy black following and audience, and obviously a lot of those people are somewhat conscious or somewhat pro black revolution, black nationalism, but they still follow her, because that's the audience that she's speaking to in this video. She's explaining to those of you who are pro-black and are black nationalists why she does what she does, and why you shouldn't judge her for doing it, because it's 2016, and we should have assimilated by now. But yet somehow, even though through this assimilation, we're supposed to still be revolutionaries, even though you support this shit. So basically, it's you out there that's supporting her that needs to stop that shit. Join the website kingnobleuncensored.com. Subscribe, donate, peace, black supremacy, and I'll play the video.